Well, Happy New Year. 23 years I've been doing this. I don't think I've seen anything like 2020. A year ago, we sat here basking in the glow of a solid 2019 market performance. The strong economy, lots of things to look forward to. You'd never heard of COVID-19 before. You couldn't have dreamt that you'd be wearing a mask everywhere you go. You'd never even heard of a Zoom meeting back then. And then the pandemic happened. The year started fairly well, but as lockdowns came and the economy soured, February 12th, investor sentiment turned. And from February 12th through March 23rd, the S&P 500 was down 35%. Since then, advancements on the medical end, antibody treatments, vaccines, even now distribution of those vaccines, stimulus, have all turned that investor sentiment. And since March 23rd, markets rallied 71% to close the year at 3,756 on the S&P 500. But that's 2020. Let's turn the page to 2021. Take a look at some of the things that we should focus on. The primary drivers for this next year, the first should continue to be the rebound and recovery from COVID-19. Our progress, our advancements on the medical end. While we walk this tightrope of reopening our economy, making sure we don't overwhelm our healthcare system, and doing our utmost to protect our most vulnerable. From a policy standpoint, the Federal Reserve appears to continue to be accommodative. Their easy monetary policy, and in fact, the other global central banks expect to continue to be accommodative. It'll be interesting to see what a Democratic sweep of the White House and both chambers of the legislature will mean for tax hikes, for stimulus, for infrastructure spending. China will be another thing interesting to watch. What will a Biden-China relationship mean, especially in comparison to what has been a contentious relationship these last several years? Economic stimulus will be a key to continuing this economic growth. The service industry may continue to lag and may be the last to rebound. But my expectation is for a 4 to 4.5% GDP growth in 2021. For stocks, earnings rebounds, especially in comparison to 2021 or 2020 earnings, should continue to push valuations higher. We'll also continue to see cost efficiencies brought about in the Fortune 500 due to the pandemic. As for bonds, the Federal Reserve looks to continue with low rates. Inflationary pressure may affect the valuations of bonds. And I know some of you really look forward to the day of 5% tax-free bonds again. And I'm afraid to say that it doesn't look like 2021 is that year. My goal is to navigate a year of economic conditions that look to continue to be dramatically improving. Understanding the road ahead is essential for navigating its twists and turns. But it's planning and our time-tested process of buying quality, investing for the long term, with asset allocation and diversification and rebalancing that will keep us on that road. We look forward to a chance to talk with you. Feel free to reach out to myself or Barbara to schedule some time. And Happy New Year. The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested in directly. The economic forecasts set forth in this material may not develop as predicted, and there can be no guarantee that strategies promoted will be successful.